Are you coming for a holiday to Dubai and you want to do some designer shopping? This is the guide for you. Hi loves, and welcome back to my channel. I've lived in Dubai for about 9 years now, and if you've been here, you know I'm a luxury lover. And because of that, I get so many questions across my socials about where you should shop here. Is it more expensive? Can you get tax back? And I'm going to answer all of these things within this guide. We'll get into the stores I think are worth shopping in here, how you can compare if it's cheaper or more expensive than your home country to buy certain items, how to get your tax back as a tourist, share my favorite stores that have the best service in Dubai, and some miscellaneous things that you might need to know if you're shopping here that could be different from your home country. Let's get right into my Dubai luxury shopping guide. First, let's talk about the prices here because I think that'll set the base for why I recommend certain stores and why I don't recommend others. In general, most items in Dubai are imported, so they tend to be more expensive here than in their country of origin. For example, American brands are typically less expensive in America, and European brands are typically less expensive in Europe. So if you want to shop an American brand and say you live in another country that also has a bit of a markup from the US price, the Dubai price might be comparable to your country. So it depends on where you're coming from and how expensive that item is in your country, if it's going to be less, more, or about the same here in Dubai. Some brands I find are quite similar because, you know, with luxury, they always have price increases, and a lot of them justify these increases by saying that they're trying to price stabilize across different countries. That is true for certain brands. I have heard from a lot of people also that a lot of the jewelry brands are cheaper here as well, or about the same price as they are around the world. Cartier, for example, and Van Cleef & Arpels are very similar even to the Europe price with tax back. And some of the brands that I find have the biggest differences from Europe are Hermes and Louis Vuitton. You can save a ton of money by shopping those in Europe. Now, there is a very easy way to compare certain brands' websites to see if it's cheaper in your country or cheaper here. I'll put it up here on this screen. I'll use Louis Vuitton as a website. You can change the country of delivery there. Now, if you're trying to get the cheaper price in another country, if you put the shipping address in, say you're sitting here in Dubai and you want to order one of the European websites, you can't do that. Like, it'll kick you back over to the UAE website. But this is just a way, if you were physically going to be in Dubai, how you can check the prices and how they're different from your home country. So first, look at your own country. I'll use the US for an example. Just put the website as you're delivering to the US. Check the price of the exact item. Let's just look at a basic pochette métisse for a one-to-one comparison. Find the price in your home country and just kind of note that down, or take a screenshot, or keep it open in another tab, something like that, so you remember the price. Now go and change the country to the UAE. Look for that exact same item and note down the price. Now you're going to go over to Google Currency Converter and convert the UAE price to your home country's currency. Now keep in mind the US has sales tax on top, so you'll have to do that additional calculation there. Once you do all these calculations, you have them both in the same currency, you can see if it's more or less expensive. You can do this for any country for websites that are worldwide, and they give you the option to change the delivery country. Some of the websites that don't allow this are Dior. Like when I am in the UAE, it will not let me access the US website. Even if I try to change the country, as soon as I start scrolling, it kicks me back to the UAE website. You can just note down the US price before you get here, kind of keep that in your notes app, and then when you get to the stores and you're shopping and you see the UAE price, you can reference back what that US price was to see if it's worth buying the item. If you are coming as a tourist, there is a 5% tax back. So I will link below a website that tells you all about how the process works for getting your 5% back. This is just for tourists. It's very similar to like if you go to Europe and you want to get your VAT return. You have to get the form at the store and show the items at the airport. It's a very similar system. You need your passport with you, so make sure you're shopping with your passport in case you want to take advantage of this. Let's talk about the best times to shop here, because that can make your experience better or worse if you go at the wrong, like super busy time. I would really recommend going on a weekday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are typically the best days at 10 a.m. when the shops open. It's the most relaxed time. You can finish your shopping faster. You won't have lines to wait in. Avoid malls on Friday night, like anything after like 4 p.m. on a Friday up until closing, and all day Saturday pretty much. Sunday is better if you have to go on a weekend, but again, go earlier in the day. Dubai is not known for being an early place, so if you go places early, there's typically less crowds. Maximum, I try to exit the mall by like 1:32 because that's when a lot more crowds come in. You will also see this lovely phenomenon now that schools are back in session. A lot of parents or nannies will come and just walk around with their kids after school because it's still a bit hot outside for, kids to really play outside every day. It can get pretty busy after that school time lets out. Now that you're a little bit prepared on the pricing and how to compare and to shop smart when you're in Dubai, let me get into some of the brands that I think are worth shopping here and some of the best stores you can go to if you want to shop as a tourist. Do keep in mind that it depends on where you come from. If the prices are worth it or not for you, you have to do your own comparison. But I am kind of going from mainly shopping in US or Europe versus shopping in Dubai. You might live in a country where things are even more expensive than Dubai, so every store is worth it to shop for you here. When you come to Dubai, you have two main malls for shopping luxury. You have the Dubai Mall and the Mall of the Emirates. The Dubai Mall is a tourist mall. It is very, very busy, and you will have the longest waits for stores at that mall because all the tourists go there. A lot of us who live here don't shop there unless Mall of the Emirates doesn't have a certain store. If you want to shop more like someone who lives here, go to Mall of the Emirates. If you want to shop for more regular kind of everyday things, like your Zara's, your kind of mid-range shopping, Dubai Hills Mall is my favorite mall right now. Have a really great mix of stores. They have a lot of athletic brands, have a good bit of your like high street options as well. And they have a really good mix of cosmetic stores there. Now, also do keep in mind cosmetics here are typically a lot more expensive than if you're coming from Europe or the US, but they do have some more unique cosmetic brands from other countries in the world that you may not get in the US, like Forest Essentials, it's in India. They have a shop in Dubai Hills Mall, and I really like their brand. So you can kind of check that out for a little bit more like niche stores, and they have great restaurants in that mall too. If you're shopping for clothing and you're kind of in that contemporary designer price point, I would highly recommend department stores. That concept store in Mall of the Emirates has probably the most unique mix of trending brands that you don't see having their own physical stores in the malls. Like Magda Buttram you can get there, even like really unique jewelry pieces. Right next to it is Harvey Nichols. They have a great mix of brands as well. And in the Dubai Mall, I really recommend Bloomingdale's. I would probably skip the shoes and the bags there, but for clothing they have a really nice mix. They have like self-portrait, they have Zimmerman. If you're here to shoe shop, of course you have to see Level Shoes as well. It is the like huge store filled with every designer shoe you could possibly imagine. They have a really cool sneaker section as well. They have men's and women's. In terms of designer brands that I enjoy shopping here in Dubai, my favorite two are Louis Vuitton and Dior. Either mall you go to, great friendly service, very helpful, knowledgeable about the products. Some other stores that I can recommend from a service standpoint, like stores that even if the price is more on the item, I will still spend my money here in Dubai because they have such good service, is Tiffany, Loewe, Fendi, Gucci, Prada, and Loro Piana. Also, I really like Bottega. They have very friendly service there. These are kind of the main stores. I know, you guys know I'm an Hermes and a Chanel girly. If you've been here for a while, there's a reason why they're not on this shopping list. Service plays a big part in if I will spend my money here in Dubai or if I'll wait and save my money to shop on a trip to buy the same item. Here in Dubai, I find that service varies wildly. Like depending on the brand, depending on the SA, the recommended stores in the previous section have a better track record of consistent friendly service. But I would just go in kind of expecting that your experience is going to vary from store to store. One thing that I find that can be a little frustrating when shopping here in Dubai, as soon as you walk into a store, they'll be like, "Hi, welcome, here's the new collection." instead of asking, oh, what are you looking for today? Or, what can I help you find? You can just politely say, oh, but I'm looking for, whatever you're looking for. A lot of people actually here do go in and they want to see what's new and pick from that new collection rather than having something on their mind that they go in to find. So I think that's where some stores can get caught up in that and forget that people are there to shop for particular things as well. Of course, this is a generalization. This is just something that I'm mentioning because you will probably notice it if you're going to go to multiple stores, that this will happen at some point. One great thing about Dubai though is convenience is king. And here, a lot of the stores have home delivery within the country. You're going to shop a ton of items. Just ask that SA, is it possible to deliver this back to my hotel for me? If it's a lot of items, don't do it for a bracelet, don't do it for one bag, but if you're going all out and shopping a ton of items and you don't want to carry it through the mall into a taxi and all of that, for this you will need to download WhatsApp. A lot of the business is done over WhatsApp. My SAs, sometimes I don't even have to walk into a store. I have ordered Louis Vuitton bags, Prada bags, just by saying send me a link, and I pay online and they deliver the bag home. So if you're a local here, that's great, but you can take advantage of it as a tourist if you're doing a big shop and you just don't want to carry it around, if they have that service available. Now, here's some general tips that you need to know if you're shopping in Dubai, because I find that it can work a little bit different than some of the other countries I shop in. The first thing is I would do pre-research. Know what you want, because so many stores are beautifully curated with a ton of items in the back that you would never know existed if you hadn't looked on the brand website. Now, you don't necessarily have to know 100% every item, but have an idea of what you want before going. They will bring you things from the back that if you took a spin around the store, you would have never seen because it's not even on the floor. You can't just be like, can I see what you have in the back? That's not really how it works with luxury shopping. So it can be as vague as saying, I'm looking for an everyday bag in a medium size. Would you have anything that kind of fits that description? And then they might start bringing you things. But you have to at least give them a prompt or know kind of what you want to see these items that are not on the floor. Another thing to note is that taking pictures or recordings in public is not as normal as it is in the US. It depends on the store what their policy is. So typically I'll just be like, oh, can I take a picture and send it to my partner or something like that before I'm taking a picture of the bag on me. You can even just say, I just started my shopping. I really want to take a picture and think about this while I have some lunch, and then I'll come back. Can I take your card and take a picture of the item? Don't just go into a shop and start clicking pictures of everything. You might get told off here. There are some luxury shops who don't allow that or don't like that. Do keep in mind that taking video as well, it depends upon the store if they allow you to take video. And if you are taking a little quick video of you trying it on, that kind of looks like a picture that I do sometimes, make sure other people are not in that video, because you're not supposed to really take photos and videos of other people here in Dubai without their permission. Another tip I have for you is shop with your significant other. Unfortunately, it is just one of those places that when they see men with you, I tend to get better service. I think generally they think that men are going to be the ones paying. So even if you are paying and your significant other is just there with you, I hate to say it, but it does. It just helps. I tend to have a better experience when my partner is with me. Another thing that will help in the service department as well is politeness goes such a long way here. I think here there is money you can't imagine. Of course, there are all incomes in Dubai, but the wealthy are super wealthy. And I think with some of that comes a lot of entitlement and attitude that these sales associates have to deal with. And just being polite, and when they greet you, saying hello back, how's your day going, or how are you, or something like that, having that general level of basic politeness can go a long way in having better service here. Now, I'm not saying you need to suck up to your SA. That's not the point here. Maybe just a smile or saying please when you're asking for something, I think is really appreciated here. Another thing to note is that our stock will be different. There are many models from designers that don't get launched here. For example, I just went into Dior. I wanted this DJoy with the floral print. I went in and I was like, do you have this bag? And they're like, we didn't get it in the Middle East. You will hear that so often. Like, there are just certain models or certain sizes that don't come here. Another example is like Chanel. If they do a blue cocoa handle one year and another blue cocoa handle comes out the next year, they will skip that for that year and take a different color from the Chanel corporate offering from that collection. But that also means that the Middle East does get some exclusives that you can't get probably back in your home country. So it is worth asking at any store, do you have any exclusive items to the Middle East or to Dubai? How exclusive those exclusive things are though, I'm not sure, because the Prada Crystal Re-Edition was first supposed to be a Dubai exclusive, and then all of a sudden it's launched all around the world. Take exclusive with a grain of salt here. They love to use that word because it sells people on things. Last thing I would say is just have a bit of patience. As I said before with service, they don't always get it right away, like what you're asking for. If something's not for you, like just say, no, this isn't quite what I was looking for. I would like this. Keep reiterating, have a bit of patience, and leave time for luxury shopping here. It's not a quick and fast process. I would say even just for them to wrap it up and for you to pay, some stores will take ages. Not every store is like that, but like the bigger ones that are giving the luxury experience, apparently that means takes a lot of time here. So you just have to kind of be patient and know that like they just do things a bit slower here, especially than America. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about shopping luxury brands in Dubai that I did not cover, leave them in the comments below. And please keep in mind, this is based on my own shopping experiences, living here for 9 years, shopping over those 9 years. Other people will have different experiences, and that's okay. I tried my best to be fair and general as an overall of what it's kind of like to shop here and give the best tips that I could. So if you enjoyed this, please do subscribe, and don't forget to follow me over on TikTok to see how I'm styling my looks, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!